And so we got here above the knees. We got above the knees. And my square neck has gone. How do you feel about what it is that you're looking at? How do we fix this?
To fix this,
Because now the sun is going down, and
I want to make another long skirt.
From what material? From my material.
What?
Look, we're gonna be back.
Right.
What? All right. So we're done now, and we're heading out. Me and Boomy, and my rooster friends back there. Bye, roosters. All right. So I have to call the Okada. I haven't called it yet. Are they frequent around here?
Yeah.
Are they? Okay, because I think that might be the fastest way to get back. All right, so learning experience. So this has been a learning experience for me. There's some things that I learned. What are some things that you learned? What's your takeaway?
Well, to ask questions.
Come on this side of my arm.
Sorry.
Yeah.
To ask questions.
Yeah.
Because I didn't ask questions on that first day.
Okay. Yeah.
Even my sister was saying it. She told me that I should ask questions. So my mistake, I don't really ask questions.
Okay.
So that makes me to be at fault.
Okay.
Most times. And this happening today is not really a nice thing. I'm not happy about it, seriously. Being the first time she will come to me and me disappointing her.
Yeah.
A real big disappointment. This has been a big disappointment.
I turned off the camera. What? Yeah.
Her time, her finance, and everything she put into this, and at the end she didn't get what she requested for.
Okay. I turned off the camera earlier because I just didn't want to have our conversation on film. But for me, part of what makes me saddest about this is because I wanted to have a really great outcome so that you all will know where to come. And you know what? It's not that you're a new seamstress. You're not new. So then why did this happen? The questions. And then the rushing.
The rushing and not asking questions.
Why is it that my outfit wasn't a priority?
It was.
It was.
Because seriously, I have other jobs I left for you.
Really?
Because I promised you're going to get it today. So I had to leave.
We promised the 23rd, which was yesterday. But then, no, yesterday.
No, 24th.
No, 23rd.
You said you're coming yesterday to check it on.
Right.
Yes.
Right, to try it on yesterday.
Was,
but when I called you yesterday, you weren't answering the phone.
I wasn't done with you.
Right. Why did you take on this job if you had other jobs that may have gotten it? Let's step back a little. It's so noisy out here.
Other ones.
You know what? As a matter of fact, let me call this Okada so that he can start being on his way while we finish up the conversation. It's so noisy out there, my goodness. All right, so we're inside the gate right now. All right, so listen. We were saying that...
Said when I knew I wouldn't...
Yeah.
Okay.
Why did you take it on if you knew that you had a whole bunch of other jobs and you may...
the other jobs I have is not urgent. I know I can fix them before they actually... because they're going to get it on Thursday.
Okay.
So that was why I collected it, because I've never disappointed anyone before. That's the truth. If I knew I won't meet up, I won't collect.
Okay.
Yes. So me collecting yours, I believe I can finish it before you come for it, and I really didn't ask to really specify to know exactly what you really wanted. Just because you gave me a sketch, you just said one there, one that I thought it was just one up, one down. So
okay.
That was one of the happened.
Okay. Why is it that you weren't picking up my calls yesterday?
I saw one missed call, and I called you back.
I called you twice yesterday, and then you said we were going to talk at 6 yesterday, that it would
that
be ready at 6.
You back.
At
yes,
6
I didn't
p.m.
call back just because I finished around 10.
I see.
Yes, it was late. So that was why this morning I sent a message and called, because it was late, and I feel calling you by that time.
What about a text message?
Yeah, I did.
I'm saying, I mean, last night when you were finished, you didn't have to call, but a text message would have been all right.
I just feel it's late.
Okay, even for a text.
Seriously.
And okay, I got you. I think this is my Okada calling me. Hold
Okay.
on. All right, so that was my driver. He was talking about he doesn't really know how to use the GPS. That he needs me to give him directions from where he is, and I'm like, he's like, I don't know, I know streets. So I was like, just go ahead and cancel. I canceled. They don't take credit card information beforehand, so there's no Uber paying for canceled rides. But yeah, part of the reason that I went with you is because you said that you could get it done a day before. So I had a designer that said that she could get it done by 24th, but I didn't want to wait until the 24th because I know I'm leaving in a few hours. You know what I mean? So that's why I wanted to get it done 23rd, and there was a different designer, and so that's part of the reason that I was like, you know what? Well, let's go this route, because and also your price was less expensive, but the amount that I paid in Ubers back and forth took away from any reduction in expense. But yeah, so part of what makes me the saddest is that I wanted it to have a good outcome. I wanted people to to see the process and be like, oh wow, it's an amazing process, and be able to refer people to resources like a seamstress on ground in Nigeria, so when people come here they can use a seamstress. And so so people have to make up their own minds about what it is that they see in the video, about whether or not they're like, oh okay, well I mean it was good enough or whatever, you know what I'm saying? They have to make up their minds about that. I know for me, I'm disappointed not just by the shortness of the skirt and stuff like that, and the lack of fitting around the sleeves, but I'm mostly disappointed that it didn't have a happy ending, that I wasn't twirling around in my new outfit feeling like a peacock or the phoenix, and that my material was cut up and used in a fashion that just wasn't what I wanted. You know what I mean? So that's but mostly, I really wanted a happy ending. I wanted a happy resolve. I wanted people to feel, you know what I mean? The joy, the jubilation, and have a happy ending to the story. That's why we went on this journey. Because if I would have pre-filmed and it would have turned out like this, I wouldn't have published the other parts. But the other parts are already published, and so this is what. And so.
Ma.
Oh, she has
Tomorrow.
a friend come in. So listen, all right. I'm gonna. Your client? Yeah. All right. Well, listen, Bumi. Thank you. No, you don't have to apologize. You really don't have to apologize, because I know what it's like to put out something that I myself am not fully 100% on board or comfortable with. So the apology is, I don't need the apology. I hope that, however it is that you're feeling on the inside, that you can release that. And just, if there's a learning experience in this that'll help you become a stronger designer or better seamstress or whatever the case may be, I'm not exactly sure, but if there's a way that you can become better from this, because I know that from me, some of the things that I could have done differently is, what could I have done differently?
My little sister, she get your Instagram page.
Yeah.
Don't worry, you will get to see.
Get to see what?
The outcome of all this that happened.
Okay, yeah. Well, yes. One of the things that I say I could have done differently is make sure that you understood, but I didn't know what it is that you didn't understand before. I could have also Googled, the pencil skirt shape and design. I took for granted that you would know that type of cut, the hip cut, right? And I could have, I don't know if, see, the thing is, I don't want to be over people's shoulders while they're working. So I'm like, is that long enough? No, take that off the machine now to bring this and measure. I want to be able to trust that people are able to be masters of their craft. You know what I mean? So I don't know. So also I could have gone with a person who had references, as well as an established page with multiple designs from multiple people that were executed well. So I took a chance, and all in all, I met some lovely people. I think they're lovely. I think their family's lovely. I enjoyed the extraneous parts. That's why I'm so sad that everything didn't just cohese You know what I mean? But you know what? Listen, people out there see you. They love you. They love Tamilare. They love her. They love your little. Is he your little brother that was fanning?
Nephew.
Oh, nephew. Okay. Also, Tamilare says that you're her mother.
She calls me mom.
But no, I asked her, who's your auntie? Who's your mom? And she says she has Auntie Tolu and that you're her mother. You're not untruthing about having a child, are you?
The thing is, she just loves to call me mom.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
She's my niece.
Okay.
Her mom is not wrong.
All
You
right.
know, that's our elder ones, the Dara and Ara. That's our older brother.
Oh, really? Oh,
Yes.
okay. All right. Okay. Anyway, listen, let me go try to call another one. There were no drivers available, so I'm going to try again now that it's been a few minutes. But no hard feelings, right? You still love me? I love you too. And I can't wait to see how everything turns out for you because I have faith.
Yes.
I have faith that, I mean, we all listen. There were things that when I was an early graphic designer, there were things that I messed up. You know?
Will never.
Okay, as long as there's a learning experience in there that'll strengthen and enhance your craft, then I'm all right with having contributed to this lesson. You know, there are many different types of lessons of life, hard knocks. And this is one of them. It's the price of tuition, you know? So, all right. Thank you. So listen, for everybody out there, when you end up losing money on something, that's your tuition to that lesson, the School of Hard Knocks. Charges you up front. All right, on that note, let me go find my Okada. I'll see you all in the next video. Peace. The little baby on there too. That would never, she has a baby on too. That would never happen in the States. You cannot. Yeah, apparently.
You know, but on the Asia road,
Yeah, JJJ 582. Here's a JJJ. All right, there we go. All right, thank you. All right, bye, Boomy. All right, hi. Can you turn off the music, please? Thank you. All right, so we're going to. You have the. Huh? Are you following the GPS? Yeah, start the train. All right.
Okay. Yeah.
Yes. How are you doing today? Okay. Good. Why is this gate right here? Do you know?
The gates.
Yeah, right there. Why?
Maybe they lock it by 12.
Really? Why?
Security reasons.
Oh, wow.
That's why they blockade in most of the areas around the mainland, even on the island.
Okay. Is there traffic? What is that
Going,
vehicle right
there's
there?
no traffic going.
What is that vehicle? That
This
right
one?
there, yeah.
That one that is going, most of them are bullion van that pick money for the bank.
Oh, so the armored car.
Yes.
Okay.
Going to the island now, there should be traffic.
Okay. I checked and it said there was no traffic, so. Because I was going to take an Okada.
Please.
Why?
I tell people that please.
Why?
Don't take bike on Third Mainland Bridge. If I tell you what happened around 1 a.m. this morning.
What happened? Hold on. Do you mind being on camera? All right, so hold on. So he's saying don't take an Okada. First of all, what's your name?
Dixon.
What is it?
Dixon.
Dixon? What's your, that's your baptism name or your Yoruba Igbo name?
That is my son name. My name is Daniel.
You don't have an Igbo or Yoruba name?
It's not on book, but my parents call me. I'm from Akwa, but my parents call me Akman.
Akman?
Yeah.
Wait, did you say you're from Accra?
Akwa.
Oh, Akwa Ibom. Okay, so talk to me. What happened at 1 a.m. on the bridge?
There was multiple accidents. They shot 4 vehicles hit themselves, and the bike guy ran into them. At the end of the day, it broke, so his leg was condemned.
His legs was condemned?
Yeah.
What do you mean condemned?
Broken. As in, you see the flesh tear off and the bone came out from the flesh. It was horrible.
You saw this?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. So 4-car accident.
Yeah. 2 cars, they hit themselves. They were trying to still settle each other. The guy they hit was still not agreeing to the terms. That was what they were still arguing on. When one of them slowed down, a car was coming, they decided to slow down to watch what was going on. And that vehicle coming, he did not know that there was this a car in front of him, almost getting close. He tried to swap his hand, and that vehicle came in from behind, hit all of them.
Really?
So,
But there was an Okada in the mix too?
the guy was, when all of swapping and not to hit and to hit on a bike, he falls.
Oh, wow.
Because there's nothing that hold a bike, just the two tires, one front, one back, so they don't really have a stamina. Anything that hits them, they fall.
Oh, wow.
So,
And people do drive crazy here. That's all I needed to know.
yeah.
Can you turn on the AC a lot because it's so cold? Look at why are there so many people out there?
Today is Xmas Eve.
Oh.
People are still doing shopping.
Oh, they're shopping here? Okay. Get your wares.
Like the pedestrian bridge, most of them are coming back home now.
Oh, wow. Coming back home from where?
From work. Those
Oh.
markets, women, workers.
People had to work on Christmas Eve?
People work.
Oh, wow.
Banks works, but they work half day today. Most of them close around 4.
Oh, wow.
Some close 2, some companies close 2, some company closed a week ago. So it depends on the company you work with. The one that works here today, the only thing that everybody closed early to go because of traffic. Coming from the island now, I came from VI to this place. It took me 2 hours.
Really?
Because people are going home, everybody are going home at the same time.
Oh, wow.
Are we going back to the island now? Driving against traffic now.
Okay. So people work in VI and then they drive back here, so the traffic comes this way. Which part do you live in?
Stay on the island.
You stay on the island? Oh, okay. So that means that when you go, what time are you finishing today?
I think I'm done for today. If I drop you.
You're tired of traffic?
Yeah, I don't need to work.
How lucky was it that the person you were dropping off was going into the same place I was coming out of?
Just saying you're going back to the island, as in you're going to the island now. I'm so excited.
Oh, good. So that means I get half fare, right? Since you're going home now, right? No answer. Yeah. Yeah, so it's dusk now. I believe dusk is the evening. And the sun is mostly down. And traffic does seem pretty quiet. Christmas Eve in Lagos. What about, why do trucks have all of this exhaust here? Are there no regulations on the exhaust?
Is there anything working in this country?
Huh?
Is there anything working in this country?
What was on top of that truck right there?
People drive all kind of things. Dead cars, dead truck.
Oh, wow.
That's it that is doing so is the engine. The engine is gone, but they keep using it.
Oh, wow.
Before you know it, stop on the road and cause hell of a traffic.
Oh, the whole side of it fines here for doing stuff like that? Like you don't have to register your vehicle every year and then do your exhaust?
They don't.
No?
The only people that regulate that is Uber. Uber every year they take your car, go and do under inspection on your car. So that they to be sure that your car is still fit to move or still walk. They want to make sure that your car is just in good shape.
Gotcha.
So every year they do inspection on your vehicle again. But
Gotcha.
apart from that, there are no other agency that cares. If you like, bring anything. Car is a car here in Nigeria.
Gotcha.
It's done or nothing.
Those are like styrofoam containers. Wow. So do you think the Okada drivers drive crazy?
They do.
They do?
The worst people you can ever think of.
You're not saying that because that's your competitor, right?
I'm just saying that for life. I've seen bike accidents. In short, last week my brother was walking from the island to the mainland. Because of traffic, he was using bike. I have to call him. And I said the reason why he was using it because of traffic period. So you know that they will not move, they will not drive faster. So they are just moving. Okada bike, how many people? Will you tell any big man to go and enter bike and I'm just about safety of people bike. I advise anybody, most especially Third Mainland Bridge. Why will anybody use bike on Third Mainland Bridge?
But what's the matter with the bridge?
I know the bridge is too dangerous to use that kind of thing.
Why is the bridge dangerous though?
Because people move on high speed on that bridge. If hardly see anybody drive that bridge anything less than 100 km/h.
Really?
People move from 100 to 120. Some even go as fast as 140 on that bridge.
Wow. So it makes it dangerous for everyone.
Very dangerous. Very, very dangerous for anything like bike.
Okay. Oh yeah, traffic on the other side as well.
Yeah. Because on this side is traffic. Traffic I entered coming to the island.
Just left Bumi and I'm in the Uber ride right now going back down to VI, and I've been just sitting here contemplating because that's like, you know, I said everything that I needed to say to Bumi. You know, I paid her, I spoke with her, and when all was said and done, she was like, you know, just give me whatever you think I should have. And you know what? I felt bad because I'm like, you know, it's not a money issue at all. One, I'm a little saddened that my fabric was kind of spoiled, right? But it wasn't a money issue. And the last thing I want to do is devalue a person's time that because like she put in effort, you know what I mean? She put in effort to get that done. And you know what, the thing about it is that anybody else who sees it, they'll probably be like, oh, that's wonderful. You probably won't even know the difference. Like some of you are probably like, oh, that's nice. I love the classicness of a 3/4 length skirt. I just love the classicness of it. I love having a skirt that comes below the knees. That's my thing, you know. And if I'm gonna get something tailored, I want to get something tailored to be how I want it to look. You know, I said this already, but the saddest part for me is that there wasn't an explosively happy ending. So it's like, you know, it'll be good enough. It'll be good enough. Nobody will probably even know. People will probably be like, oh, look, you look amazing, blah blah blah, right? But you know, just have to continue to go forward. You know, she's so nice, and the family is so nice, and it was just so nice also. You know, because we had the designer in the first video. Imagine the first designer watching my videos and seeing that I went with another designer who could get it done before the 24th, and then that other designer gets it done on the 24th, and then it's messed up, you know? So it's like, you know, I went with the quicker option. And you know what, it's like, okay, so most people are like, oh, you know, if I only had a chance, but there's a reason why reviews are important, why word of mouth is important, why 5-star ratings are important. And it's unfortunate that people who are just starting out in the game, so it's like I think there's a part of every single one of us that has gotten started in some field, and we're like, wow, if I just had a chance, and you want somebody to take a chance on you, but there isn't that track record, you know? So like I went with Boomy, she didn't have an Instagram page, she didn't have that track record, but she came recommended to an associate, right? An associate from the public. So the first person was recommended by a tailor, right? The second person was recommended from the public. And so who knows, you know, because I'm on my way to Abuja, and I just putting feelers out to people that I know, like, oh, you know, where's a great place, where's a good neighborhood to stay? And then like one guy is like promoting his father's hotel to me. So I'm like, just because, you know, this is your father's hotel doesn't mean that it's the best place for a tourist to stay. So when somebody recommends someone, are they recommending the best person, or are they recommending their person because they want their person to be able to get the financial, you know, resource? So I don't know. So it's like, I know for me, one of the learning experiences that I'm going to take away from this is really to have neutral references. But in this case, what type of neutral reference could I have gotten? The only thing that I could have done is seen a presence online. Because when I tell you it's not about the money, like the first girl, she was more expensive, but she had a shop, you know, there was AC, there was light, there was other designs on the rack, she had an Instagram page, she came recommended from a tailor, you know what I mean? So if I could do things all over again, would I? And then they both did, but then also So said she could have it done by the 25th, right? The 24th, right? She said that she was going to try to have it done by last Saturday, but then are people telling you just what they want you to hear? Would So have had it done? You know what I'm saying? So had a shop with 3 machines and people working round the clock, so I don't know. So also, she had other dress patterns that had the curvature of the skirt on it, you know. And I don't know, I need to think some more and come back.
Selfie stick make the camera bright.
What?
The camera is bright.
Oh, that's just the camera, because it's a really good camera.
Surprise.
Yeah, no, the selfie stick just extends it. But it's not going to affect the brightness. Oh, man. All right. Thank you so much. Oh. All right, have a good night. Oh, no, they think you want to go in. No, I'm just coming in. Thank you. So I'm seeing my new room for the first time. Here you go. Will I? Okay. This is what I'm supposed to like? This?
Wow.
This is the whole room? All right. Thank you. I need to turn off the AC. It's cold in here. I don't need TV, please. Just AC off. Thank you. This is my new room. Yay. Yay. And then the TV comes on anyway? I don't need that on. All right, let me charge up. Then we'll have an honest, earnest conversation. Hey, knockouts. All right, so let's finish up the video. That day, I really didn't want to come back and sit down and hash this out because my brain, my mind was moving a million miles a moment. It's like sometimes when I'm in the crux of an emotional state, sometimes it's difficult to be able to really find the words of what's troubling me, how it's troubling me, and really articulate that. Also, sometimes when you're in a moment, how you feel in that moment changes once you're out of that moment. So that's why I try not to really blow up or really emote just directly and overflow with emotion. Because when you do stuff like that, later on, you have to come back and be like, oh, I apologize. I'm so sorry, because now the feeling has changed. The emotion has moved and you've changed states. You know, plus they teach us when we're young, you know, count to whatever and then come back and have your conversation or blah, blah, blah. So it's been a few days since then. And I'm editing the video, getting this up today. And what was happening with me in those moments is I was regretting not going with Soso. And I was regretting that, because first of all, Soso was an adept. Not only was she a seamstress, but she was also a designer. And that part on the skirt, look, I don't know what it's called, but when I was at Soso's place, she showed me a dress that had exactly what it is that I wanted. So it's like a thing that curves around the hips and then comes down. And so when we were looking, I wasn't able to find any of those online, but we just went with the straight up and down. But I really wanted it to have like a curvature over the hips. But young lady didn't know how to do that, and we didn't see any examples of it. So like with her, I imagine that, look, there's a difference between a designer and a seamstress. There's a difference between a tailor and, you know, and a person who does alterations, you know, so it's like some people are really good with patterns. I've met many people, you give them the simplicity pattern, you give them this, you give them that, and they can do it. This young lady says she made her pattern, but the second outfit, the skirt on that was cattywonker. It wasn't fitting right. It was hitched up, and I felt like I wasn't being heard. I felt like I wasn't getting what it is that I wanted. And listen, I know, and part of the reason I was apprehensive to talk about it and be really forthright that day is because I know that me, you, and some of us, this is where we split. And some of you are going to be upset with me for having my feeling about that, right? This was the first thing that I had tailored. If I'm going to have something tailored, I want it to be tailored to be how I want it to be. I don't want to settle for, you know, the things that you settle for when something comes off of the rack, like something that's made for someone else. You know what I'm saying? Also, I'll say this. The material was, I had gotten a stretch cotton poplin for the side parts, right? So I've worn the dress since then, and you'll see video footage of me wearing the dress, and yes, it looks nice. But what ended up happening is, even with the lining, with the stretch, it stretched. And then it started becoming baggy. And then with all of the extra bunched up material inside, like I would show it to you, but I've left it in Lagos. I'm in Ghana now. And so we're having to move, like I said, day by day by day, getting like, I lost a few days of uploading when I was in the countryside. And so we're going to have to talk about that experience in and of itself. But I felt like Soso was adept, and like she was established, she was a designer, she had references, she had AC. I imagine that the bathroom that she had over there would have been up to par. So it's like, I gave up some comforts to be able to see it wasn't about the money. It wasn't about the money. Because, and then also there were people in the hotel that once they found out how much Soso was charging, they were like, oh, that's not, it should not cost that. It should cost 25% of that. It should this, that, and the other. And so when we went with, so I was like, oh, wow, I wonder if I'm being overcharged and all this other stuff, right? So when I went with the second young lady,
And I told the people at the hotel, you know, like the front desk people, how much it cost. They were like, see, I told you that's how much it's supposed to cost, blah, blah, blah. So it's like, I gave up some of the comforts of getting this done in Soso's environment. Soso had 3 machines and people who worked for her. And, you know, and also, listen, Soso, the situation with Soso, she said she'd only been doing this for a year. Even some of you had questions about how she was able to, especially as young as she is, how she was able to acquire all of that within a year. So there was like is this person pulling our leg? Is she truthful? Is she forthright? Is this, that, and the other? However, just on ability and capability alone, I had seen samples of Soso's work that showed that she had the ability to be able to excel at what it is that I saw. The measurements that Soso took were different. Like Soso took measurements, and you saw it, like she had like 15, 14 points of reference for measurements, right? There were gaps and gathers inside of the sleeve part. Like, you know how you move your arms like this when in the second with Boomies, it just, I couldn't move my arms all the way. It was the thing. It didn't feel comfortable. It had all of this extra lining and stuff. It wasn't a lightweight lining just to, you know, not let the fabric see through. And then I'm like, first, this is Nigeria. It's 100 degrees here. And you add in another layer of fabric. I was concerned about how hot it would be. I was concerned about a lot. The length. And it just wasn't. It was nice. It was nice, but it wasn't what I wanted. And it's like, as a person who is American coming over here, look, I don't have to get the local Nigerian price and get the local Nigerian, what is it, service or existence or whatever. I just, it's like, so look, I'm traveling. I'm a traveler. I'm a foreigner. I'm an American. And there's certain things, certain level standards that we're used to as travelers, as Americans. And so it's like, I personally, just to be forthright, since this is supposed to be the forthright part of the video, I would personally rather pay more to be in an area with AC, to be able to get what it is that I want, to be able to, like I saw, like there was like the person who got Boomie's information had a professional tailor. And when I saw his clothing looked like something that, it was perfection. It fit him to a glove. It looked like something that you would get at a high-end store. The stitching was perfect. Everything was perfect. And when I looked at mine was good enough. It was good enough. But I would have rather paid the extra money to get something that was excellent, to be in comfortable surroundings, to be closer to where it is that I was staying, to have AC, to be able to sit down on a commode. Listen, let me get the hell out of here, because I'm gonna calm down and I'm gonna gather myself. I'm going to jump into editing the next video. I appreciate you all coming along this journey for me. In the next video, we are going to be heading over to the east, because remember, we were rushing to get those outfits done so that we could head to the east, because I needed the outfits for when we went to the village. There were things that we needed to do, presents that I was handing out, and being among the people in Igbo land, among my people. So in the next video, we're heading over to the east. Make sure that you stay up by going all the way back to the beginning and watching all of the videos, and make sure that you contribute to my Cash App and my PayPal to help keep the vlogs going, to help keep the vlogs happening daily. Contribute whatever it is that you can contribute. And I thank you to all of the people. Listen, you all have come and showed up and showed out in my Cash App and in my PayPal. So thank you to everybody. Just thank you. Even buying my book on Amazon helps. So it's like, it's one big circle of life. It's a funnel where all avenues leads towards support, watching the ads, on the videos, you know, sharing the videos, recommending the videos to other people. All of this helps. So support in the way that you can support. And I will see you in the Journey to Evo Land video. Tonya TKO, and I'm out. Peace.